Virgin Radio host Chris Evans announced on his show today that he has sadly been diagnosed with skin cancer. He revealed doctors had recently delivered the terrifying news, but confirmed to listeners that they had thankfully found it in extremely early stages. Chris, 57, has said he is hoping to make a full recovery, as skin cancer is one of the most treatable forms of the illness. This is not the first time Chris has been faced with a cancer scare. In 2019, he revealed he had undergone a skin cancer test after finding worrying marks on his body. Rod Stewart feels more responsible since knighthood, says Chris Evans. News. Chris admitted that, due to the hot weather in the UK that summer, the high levels of UV had raised alarm bells for him. He said at the time, "I went and had a few marks on my body inspected by a skin expert before Christmas and she said, 'You need to come and see me again, just because of your complexion.'" The expert at the time went on to tell Chris he had nothing to worry about, but she told him he should get checked once a year. Don't miss. Chris Evans claims his nose is significantly smaller since giving up alcohol. News. Chris Evans' ex Billie Piper says marriage was being drunk with an old man. News. Chris Evans issues apology as he explains Virgin Radio absence. Latest. Back in 2015, Chris also opened up about his prostate cancer scare live on air, after starting to show symptoms at Christmas time that year. He told listeners he had scared himself half to death by looking up symptoms online before heading to the doctors. Chris said at the time, prostate cancer, and colon cancer of course, are one of the most survivable forms of cancer there is, if caught early enough. If not, one of the least. It's a fine line between life and death, happiness and tragedy. And I've got to say I'm in the middle of a prostate issue right now. I couldn't stop. I have not been able to stop since Christmas, peeing, or wanting to go. So I've gone to the doctor. He then begged his fans, if you are worried about anything just go and sort yourself out, if not for you, for your family. Last year, Chris also revealed he had surgery to remove polyps, as a precaution against colon cancer. The star sadly lost his father and 2 uncles to the disease and now has regular checkups to catch it early on. My dad and both his brothers, my 2 uncles, all were taken by colon cancer, he told his Virgin Radio listeners. I've had a colonoscopy. I've had several. They found polyps. Polyps are the chandeliers that cancer needs to grow on. You cut them out, you send them for a biopsy. It took the surgeon, who has sorted me out a couple of times now, less than half a second to snip out, completely pain-free, to snip out the things that killed my dad, killed my uncles,